Last night we got so many calls through the entire program. Our news desk was besieged with calls and I felt guilty at the end of the program for being able to take only 2 or 3 calls. Tonight on this program we'll open up to a lot of calls with our panelists, and therefore, ladies and gentlemen, my lines are open. I'm looking forward to your calls. I'll try and take as many calls as possible. I want to hear your voice tonight. This debate is about you, not just about the politicians. In fact, entirely about us. With me in the studio is Ashwini Kakkar, CEO of Mercury Travels. Ashwini, good to see you back. He comes in as an angry citizen today. Ajay Bose is a senior journalist, but he comes as an angry citizen tonight. Sunil Alag is a Modi fan, as he says always, but I hope he's an angry citizen tonight and not modified on this subject. Babul Supriyo is Minister of State for Urban Development. R.K. Mishra runs the Navbharat Democratic Party, of which he is the president from Bengaluru. He's an angry citizen tonight. C.R. Kesavan should be an angry citizen, but it's only Robert Vadra who's being an angry citizen tonight. We'll talk about that. My first question is to Babul Supriyo, making his debut appearance. He's been a popular singer in the past, and
I have come to your show. Yes, I have come to your show. I've been in more than 25 of your Total Recall programs as a singer.
As a politician, how things change, Babul? Your first appearance as a politician. I can hear music in my ears, and I completely disagree with your term of angry citizens. I think it is just about time that Indians learn to compose themselves. I only want to say this on a lighter note before I begin the debate, Babul Supriyo.
Can I?
On a lighter note, I'll say this before I begin the debate. There is no one who has ever come on the program. Mr. Supriyo, 1 second, please. 1 second. No, please listen, please. Mr. Supriyo, today you've come as a politician, you'll have to listen. When you play music, we listen. But when you come as a politician, you have to listen.
Who gives you that right to
on a lighter note, and I'm beginning on a lighter note, there is nobody, leave alone a politician, who has ever come on the program and said that my voice is music to their ears. Let's see if it stays that way. Mr. Supriyo, you have said in your comment today on Times Now, you have said, allow me to complete.
If you let me speak,
you have said that the people's representatives deserve respect.
Because you're misquoting me. You're misquoting me. I did not say. I am saying, as a politician, modification is music to my ears. That's what I said. So please don't start the program with a bad note by misquoting me.
Okay.
And even before you started the lighter note, I have started on a lighter note saying that we are trying to compose the angry citizens, and that's exactly why I'm here. So please get me right. Do not spoil and think that I'm here as an angry minister. I am not. I said music to the ears. With the modification, and that's why I was getting to the modified term that I have used, in which you have said Sunil Agal is a modified person. I said I am happy.
Okay,
with
now Mr. Supriyo, I think the quote is very simple. Mr. Supriyo, I think Ashwini Kakkar wants to say something to you.
Go ahead. Is to say that we are creating a country of VIP monsters.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, we have VIP quotas, VIP security, VIP parking, VIP tickets, VIP seating, VIP
cars,
culture, all kinds of things. And this is a colonial hangover. I think the government has come on a different plank. They have come and said, we want to be like the best leaders in the world. We want to uphold democratic values. We want to uproot corruption. But it looks like all power corrupts, and absolute power is corrupting.
So Babul Supriyo, who's a minister tonight.
And my advice to you is, बड़प्पन दिखाओ, सादगी अपनाओ, और भारत बनाओ.
Okay, Babul Supriyo, you said today, and this is the exact quote.
मैंने exactly वही तो बोला. That is exactly what I said. कि turn the angry citizens into composed citizens. That's what I said.
Right,
I don't want to hear angry citizens who don't want to hear reasoning but want to shout in the beginning. That's what I said, right?
Mr. Babul Supriyo, 1 second. Ajay, 1 minute. Look at 1 second. Look at the level of arrogance. Look at the level of arrogance displayed tonight. 1 minute. The minister, 1 second, please. 1 second. I'll come to you. The minister who became a minister only some 10 months back.
Arnab,
1 second, Babul Supriyo, 1 minute, hear me.
Babul. If you think you can if you think you can have the arrogance to term ministers, and I have already heard the program, what you have said about ministers, and without even getting into the debate, the negative kind of statements that you made, if you think that is not arrogance, and if I don't have the confidence, it is up to you. Can I finish?
Mr. Supriyo, this is not your music program where you can keep talking. You got to listen, okay?
No, this is not.
You got to listen.
This is not your. This is. You have to let me finish.
Mr. Supriyo, your arrogance is all around you today. Arrogance spills out of every word that you speak tonight.
No, it is my confidence. It is my confidence.
No, it's pure arrogance, Mr. Supriyo. Are you embarrassed? Will you be embarrassed if I read out what you said, Mr. Supriyo? And by the way, Mr. Supriyo, the rule of coming on the Newshour, the rule of coming on the Newshour is to remember.
Yeah.
So that politicians like you remember. You're a new politician. You remember that you have to listen.
So what?
You can't have a monologue of your own, Mr. Supriyo.
I am angry and provoked by what you're saying.
So, Mr. Supriyo, let me tell the people of this country. Let me tell the people of this country what Babul Supriyo said. And I put this before the people of this country what Babul Supriyo said, so that everyone knows in this country what Babul Supriyo said. Babul Supriyo said, and I quote, relax, Mr. Supriyo. Mr. Supriyo, this is a people's show. Please. This is a people's show. I am asking people's questions. Mr. Supriyo, one second. Look at this. 1 minute. This is a people's show, and I'm going to ask people's questions, and people will ask you questions. This is what he said. He said, Babul Supriyo said, quote, the people's representatives deserve some respect. There's nothing wrong if that little is done or they are given a seat somewhere. Do you know how much we roam around in the sun? Do you know how much we roam around in the sun? Mr. Supriyo, how much do you roam around in the sun?
You are a biased moderator.
Mr. Supriyo, how much do you roam around in the sun? Don't worry about me, worry for yourself and your arrogance tonight, Mr. Supriyo.
As a moderator,
I think don't teach me moderation, Mr. Mishra.
To be neutral.
Mr. Mishra wants to say something to you. Listen to Mr. Mishra. Babul Supriyo.
Mr. Minister. Mr. Minister.
This is the way ministers are going to talk.
You need to be neutral.
Mr. Supriyo, I'll tell you what. I hand it over to Mr. Mishra.
Mr. Minister.
Negative statement.
One second. It's impossible to have a discussion if a minister
Mr. Minister,
yes, R.K. Mishra, go ahead.
No, you cannot.
Mr. Minister, just one suggestion.
Arnab.
Relax, Babul. Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Minister, please listen.
No, but Arnab, you are attacking me from the beginning. Why?
Because you're talking a language which is absolutely unacceptable.
Babul Supriyo ji, suniye.
Itself was a ridicule.
Mr. Mishra is talking to you. Can you listen?
If you're a moderator, be neutral.
Yeah, go ahead, please, Mr.
Minister, don't give lecture, yaar. Come on. Don't give lecture.
Can't hear you.
Mishra ji,
see, first thing you said, you are here to know. Please listen. You said that you are here to keep the people calm.
Can't hear you.
Correct? You said we should respect our leaders. Public do not respect leaders who do not command respect. Your own leader, Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay, learned simplicity from people like him and Atal Bihari Vajpayee, and the people who have got respect not because they asked for it. People respected them because of their behavior. One of our ministers says, I can carry the matchbox in the plane, nothing happens to me.
Yeah.
See, ministers cannot get respect because they are ministers or because they have lal batti. No, please understand. Please listen to me. You are talking about Arnab, you are not listening to me.
Exactly.
Please listen.
Exactly.
Please listen. Correct? You are a minister of urban development. Please listen. You're a senior man. We will respect. We elect you. We elect you. We respect because you do a public service. Please listen. Come on. Please listen. Let me complete. 2 minutes.
By attacking the,
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Let me speak.
Nobody is attacking. I didn't attack. Please listen 2 minutes. Can you listen?
Why
2
are you
minutes?
shouting? I can't make out what you're saying.
Ministers
I think we'll Mr. Mishra, I think he can hear you loud and clear. But I don't want. I want answers tonight. I don't want theatre. I want answers.
I can hear you, Arnab. I can hear you, Arnab. I can't hear him.
Mr. Supriyo, first of all, you will not heckle on the program. You will not speak over others on the program.
Yes.
You will not go non-stop over and over again. You may be a minister that does not give you the right to stop everyone. There are others speaking. Be a little polite.
You are not.
Be polite, Mr. Be polite, Mr.
Debate.
Be civil.
Arnab, you
be civil. Don't have to teach me how to do a debate. Be civil. Be polite. Be decent. Please,
You don't
I
have to
request
teach
you.
me how
I
I need
request
to
you.
be on a
People are
debate because
watching
I've
you.
been debating since my childhood.
If this is the kind of arrogance that you are reflecting on the program,
Arnab,
Mr.
people
Mishra,
are
people
watching
will
you.
judge
Have
you
you
by
watched?
Mr. Babul Supriyo, I think
People
you
are
are not
already judging
making
you because
you are not making any sense right now because you are not responding in a civil manner. I request you be civil.
Arnab, you are not making
Please
any
be
sense.
civil.
You're already biased against
Civility. I think,
motion.
Mr. Mishra, when you decide to answer questions, I will come back to you. Because we have a lot of questions about the way you've spoken. But anyway, he's not interested. I think it's
to others is arrogance, Mr. Supriyo. Not listening to others is arrogance, and I think you are showing plenty of that. Please listen.
Okay, Ajay
Minister
Bose
does not know everything. Minister also need to learn to listen.
Ajay Bose, if a minister says, Ajay Bose, that there should be a distinction between representatives of people and the people themselves, then people will be worried that we are living in some kind of a feudal system of landlord and peasant. But I think we are living in a democracy.
Absolutely.
Where the people we chose are the people who are meant to serve us.
Or no, this is what was before. The day of the Rajas, the day of the Zamindars, the day of the colonial rulers. The whole point of having a democracy, and the whole point of democracy is that when people elect their own representatives, the representatives don't have privileges, they have duties. They should understand that if at all they are given any privileges, they are given to perform their duties. So please let us not make this mistake of elevating people's representatives just because they've been elected to power as something different from people who will constantly be put on some kind of an elevated level where other people have no rights. And this has completely gone out of control. After 60 years of independence, we've seen it become worse and worse and worse instead of it getting better and better and better. And I can tell you, today's people will not take this anymore.
No, because you know the kind of
we will not take this
what
anymore.
worries me is the blasé attitude which follows Ajay Bose. What worries me is the blasé attitude which follows. For example, the minister who's on the program said we need privileges because we stand in the sun. Does the farmer who tills his land not stand in the sun? Does the daily wage worker Sunil Alag not stand in the sun? Does the hawker who sells something on a everyday basis not stand in the sun? Does the traffic policeman who stands on the road every day not stand in the sun? By the way, I want to play out another minister. He's another minister of state. He is the MOS Civil Aviation. His name is, I think, Mahesh Sharma.
Can I just make...
MOS.
Yeah, can I just make one comment?
Yes. Okay, Sunil Alag, go ahead. Sunil Alag, just listen to this one, please. I'll play a sound bite.
Yeah, look, all I want to say is that so far... One second. So far, the whole debate is an attack on Babul Supriyo rather than saying that, look, we want to discuss VIP culture from going away. I'm not saying that Babul Supriyo may or may not have said the right thing. One second. Can I just finish? I think we need to discuss the jaunt that is taking place in Andhra. We need to discuss VIP culture as such. Unfortunately, what has happened in the last 15 minutes, it's become a Babul Supriyo versus the rest. What we should ask Babul Supriyo is, does he agree with VIP culture or not? That's all.
Sunil Alag, we need to be very clear about one thing. And that one thing is very simple.
I am not for VIP culture. All I'm saying is if we make it personal, we won't go anywhere with the debate.
Listen to me.
That's all I'm saying.
Public representatives, members of parliament and principally ministers need to show humility and do not need to try and push a culture whereby they differentiate themselves from others, because you have no idea.
No.
You have no idea, Mr.
Please.
Sunil Alag, remember this. Respect. People want respect, you say. Respect does not mean having a protocol officer assigned to you at the burden of the exchequer. Respect does not mean enjoying freebies.
No, not at all.
So that's what we are saying. Then the issue is...
Arnab, you are missing my...
No, I am not missing the point. I am coming to the point, by the way.
What you are saying.
I am not missing the point, Sunil Alag. I am coming to the point.
Let's discuss what you are raising.
I am coming to the point because there can be no equality in this country unless if a union minister for civil aviation flaunts the fact that he can carry a matchbox on the plane because he's a VVIP. There can be no equality, Mr. Sunil Alag. There can be no equality if we get hauled up in traffic jams because of VVIP multi-car.
But I agree with you. Why are you making it a personal battle?
There can be no equality, Mr. Sunil Alag. There can be no equality unless every member we have elected.
But I agree with you, Arnab, because you're shouting. Doesn't mean I won't shout.
Mr. Alag,
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Understand the basic point tonight.
I can overshout you, Arnab. I agree with you.
When a minister does not show, then when a minister, Mr. Sunil Alag, when a minister says we need respect, and what if that respect, because we stand somewhere in the sun, we need some respect. There's nothing wrong if that little is done or they are given a seat elsewhere. There are people who believe, and more people who believe, that every single freebie, every single VVIP privilege needs to be taken away and taken away now, Mr. Alag. Mr. Kesavan, where do you stand on this?
What is happening?
Mr. Kesavan, where do you stand on this? Mr. Kesavan, please.
Saying let's discuss it.
Mr. Kesavan, please.
I need to make 2-3 points. No, can I please speak, Mr. Alag? First thing is this, Arnab, I think I'd like to say, exemptions or privileges or perks should only be given based on security concerns. And I think barring the constitutional positions as dictated in the Constitution and, security concerns, I think we need a review of all these privileges and perks. There is no doubt about that. And I just want to mention one thing about the Telangana issue before you ask me other questions. See, Telangana is a very nascent state. I come from South India. Telangana is a fledgling state. It's an agrarian state. 700 people have died in 1 year because of, farm distress. This is an insensitive insult. In Medak where the chief minister's people are dying. What has happened here? They don't provide electricity. The borewells are not working. Farmers are taking interest for 24%, are committing suicide. The same TRS government, when they ran, they said we'll give you 1 lakh crop loan waiver. They didn't do that. They have failed to give 1 lakh waiver. People are taking money on 24% interest and committing suicide, while a fleet of cars are given to officials, a fleet of bulletproof cars are given to ministers, and today this junket. What do they mean by progressive farmers, Arnab? What kind of ludicrous, definition is this? There is a person who's a mining baron, who's an MLA. How is he a progressive farmer? Another one is an educational tycoon, and then you have a minister, son, who's agricultural minister's son. On what yardstick do they qualify as progressive? Or do you mean that the other farmers who they are regressive farmers? They are narrow-minded farmers? These people who stand there, work hard and now they are dying by eating pesticide.
You pick up one issue. Mr. Kesavan, you pick up one issue. Mr. Kesavan, you pick up one issue. I'm sorry, Mr. Kesavan, I'm interrupting you now. You pick up one issue. You pick up one issue because it's convenient to you.
TRS is the only party which supported the anti-farmer land bill of the BJP. They are in cahoots with the BJP. Mr. Mohan Bhagwat said the VVIP culture, made BJP lose in Delhi.
What are we going to BJP and Congress?
The Gujarat CM, the Gujarat CM took a chartered flight and went to the National Executive. You have Poonam Madan.
Kesavan, let's discuss. It's across all parties.
Mr. Sunil Alag, I will come to you, Mr. Alag. Let him make his point.
Let the BJP representative
Don't bring the debate into Congress versus BJP.
Mr. Alag.
We all agree that VVIP system has to stop.
Really? Do we?
It has to stop.
Who agrees, Mr. Alag?
Who
agrees, Mr. Alag?
We lose the issue again.
Who agrees, Mr. Alag? Who agrees? 1 second. Let me ask this question.
Why are you?
I agree that VVIP system must stop.
Mr. Alag,
VVIP system must stop.
Mr. Alag,
don't make it into a Congress-BJP debate and ruin the essence.
Mr. Alag, will you listen? Will you listen? I want to share one thing with all the viewers watching the program right now. It is so easy to say. We all agree VVIP culture. Sunil Alag says today, we all agree that VVIP culture should stop. Mr. Alag, you agree? Ask yourself today, even the party which you support, does it agree? Does the Congress agree? If all the political parties of this country agreed, 1 minute, Mr. Alag, I don't believe in homilies. Mr. Alag,
I don't support the BJP. Again, you're misquoting me.
Mr. Alag, listen, please. I am sharing a bit of information with you. I am sharing a bit of information with you. Last night we were doing a program on this subject. And this has been a campaign on Times Now. I know we'll upset politicians with this campaign. I know we'll make them angry. But frankly, to everyone tonight, I don't care tonight, because the people of this country are not scared anymore. Which political party will build an all-party consensus? Build an all-party consensus, declare your intent in Parliament, pass a bill which is an anti-VVIP racism bill. Pass it now. Yes, Babul Supriyo, what are you saying? I think Babul Supriyo is saying something.
Arnab, I agree
Yes,
with you.
Mr. Supriyo.
First of all,
I'd like to get Mr.
Don't
Supriyo
make
back.
it a Congress versus BJP. That's what I'm saying.
1 second, please, Mr. Sunil Alag. Mr. Sunil Alag, I don't believe in this false world where neither Congress exists nor BJP exists. Both the Congress exists and the BJP exists.
Keshavan has taken it to the BJP level, BJP Congress level. Let's stick to the debate.
The issue.
Arnab, can I speak for a minute?
Once.
Why isn't the BJP asked the minister to condemn the TRS? Is it because they supported them on the land bill? Why is he not condemning the TRS and the junket? That is the issue.
For a minute.
Why is the minister
Now
not
land bill
condemning
is
the
coming.
TRS?
Now see, this is exactly what happens, Arnab.
One second. Can I, Mr. Alag, I want to say something to you only, Mr. Alag. 1 minute, please. To you, Mr. Alag, I want to say this.
Please say.
And I'm saying this to you. I'll come to you, Babul Supriyo, after that.
Let me speak for a minute. You can't get into government bashing like this.
1 second. What did you mean? What did you mean by that? No. Look at Babul Supriyo. What did you mean by that? You can't get into government bashing like this. No. What did you mean by that? What did you mean by saying you can't get into government bashing like this? No. Why did you say we can't get into government bashing like this? I want to understand Ajay Bose from Babul Supriyo what he means when he says you can't get into government bashing like this. Ajay Bose. Ajay Bose.
We'll bash the Congress government, we'll bash the BJP government, we'll bash every government which comes.
Now, what do you mean by saying you can't get into government bashing like this? What has this got to do with government?
Bash the Congress government, we'll bash the BJP government.
Will a journalist, who is allowed to go to the parliament put his accreditation badge outside? Why does he have that accreditation badge?
Really?
Accreditation is because he gets credit for the work he has done,
I'm sorry.
for what is achieved in life.
I'm sorry.
Accreditation of journalist gets to enter the stadium.
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry.
Like the other spectators, he gets to sit in the AC cabin to write about the match. That's what his job is.
Okay.
No one is disputing the fact. What kind of privileges do you think the MPs get at the airport? Tell me.
Mr. Supriyo, have you finished?
The respect of an MP or a minister depends upon
Ashwini Kakkar will tell you.
Vehicles drive right up to the plane. They get a special lounge and the tax-paying citizen who has 4 times, who's paying 4 times the price for a first class and a business class seat, he is not allowed even to stand in the queue for passport control. What are you talking about?
No one walks through the airport. Let me tell you that.
No, passport control. There used to be a separate queue for people who are paying 4 times the tax.
Carry themselves up.
4x.
But if you think that as a minister from the government, you can get me to your show and you can bully me.
Nobody wants to bully you.
Even before
you brought up the question of what happens at an airport. I'm telling you what happens at the airport.
Your introduction in itself
Nobody wants to bully you.
Mr.
See, there is no. All we are saying is,
you are taking my confidence about my government's decision as arrogance, and these are wrong statements. If you want to speak and want us to be sitting here as audiences, you are most welcome to do so.
You are not addressing the issue.
You choose who speaks.
Mr. Supriyo, okay. Here's a question to Mr. Supriyo. Mr. Supriyo, I want to ask you. I want to ask you this.
I've been an avid debater from my childhood. I know what the rules of debate are.
Mr. Supriyo, you have to stop for a bit and listen.
You have to let me defend myself. Please understand that I am the corner guy here. I have volunteered to be in the show because I want to say something. It necessarily does not mean that I am defending the VIP culture.
Mr. Supriyo, can you tell me?
You're not letting me the point.
Okay, so here's a question from Mr. Supriyo. No, one second. Mr. Supriyo, you are a well-aware person.
Right now.
Okay, you are a well-aware person. I'm sure you are very well-read. So my question to you is, if you listen to the question, can you tell me, Mr. Babul Supriyo, which part, and it's a very serious question.
Yes, Mr. Arnab Goswami, tell me.
Which part of the Indian Constitution, right, clearly highlights the idea of equality, and can you tell me about what is written in the Indian Constitution about the principle of equality? I'd like to know from you.
No, I'm not a civics guy who's going to get you the constitutional lines by heart. What I can tell you...
No, but I'd like to tell you then, Mr. Supriyo, in case you didn't aware, I want to inform you that it is the preamble of the Indian Constitution. This is the problem. A minister is asked a question. I asked you, the preamble of the Indian Constitution, Mr. Babul Supriyo mentions equality of status and opportunity.
The Constitution is for the people, by the people and of the people.
Exactly, that's what I'm reminding you about. Please don't display such arrogance.
I'll speak, otherwise I'll leave your show right now.
Mr. Supriyo, 1 second. The point is, see, Mr. Supriyo, that you might have become a minister of late, but if you want to show this level of arrogance...
Don't you see the social media? People hate the fact that you don't let anyone
now what happens, Mr. Supriyo, is you are now getting into the realm where I ask you certain questions.
If you let me defend myself,
you are unable to answer the question. I want to tell you a couple of things, Mr. Supriyo, you need to understand.
Let me answer. If you let me speak, I'll answer.
The fact of the matter is... The fact of the matter
Arnab, you are known for it. You are notorious for cutting through people's...
Mr. Supriyo, you are not being able to... You did not even know which part of the Indian Constitution mentions equality.
Let me answer. Why are you speaking? Why are you speaking right now? Let me speak.
Listening.
Okay, please speak.
Why are you speaking in between?
So you speak.
I don't choose to speak anymore because you are negative and you want to bully the minister who's here.
Mr. Supriyo, you are the attitude you
are a biased moderator. I don't want to debate in your show.
If you don't want to, it's your choice. Nobody really requesting you beyond the point. I have been very civil with you with this up to this point, but I think Mr. Mishra, the minister, is crossing the lines right now. We've been repeatedly asking him the questions. Why is he resorting? What does this reflect in your view? Mr. Mr. Supriyo, you have only, for the last 25 minutes, you've only been passing personal comments. You've not answered a single question. If you cannot answer a question, it's fine.
You make the personal comments. You're not
yes, please, Mr. Supriyo, you must know your Lakshman Rekhas, Mr. Supriyo. I've been decent with you, but do not expect to behave in that manner on the program and get away. Mr. Mishra, please. Mr. Mishra wants to say something to you. Now, yeah, go ahead, Mr. Mishra.
Arnab.
Yeah, go ahead.
Arnab, can I ask you a question, Mr. Supriyo?
I request Honorable Minister to first cool down. He is on a TV show. Nation is seeing he is the minister. By getting upset also he is showing his arrogance and privilege. Because we all are debating, nobody is getting so excited as he is getting excited. Number one, please listen.
Very calm.
Please calm.
Mr. Supriyo, cool down.
Second,
understand.
Please also, you had the opportunity.
Mr. Supriyo, no more personal comments.
Mr. Minister, you had the opportunity.
He's not listening to anyone.
You had the opportunity to tell your government priorities. You had the opportunity to tell the government priority that how are you going to remove the VVIP culture. You are wasting your time on Times Now, which is seen by so many people, by getting upset. Nobody is going to like it.
Security concerns.
Can you tell what your government? Can you tell what your government is going to do to stop this?
I have actually campaigned in Asansol in 50 degrees for 3 months. Do you know the number of threats I've got? You have any idea the number of threats I've got?
It is not about you. It is not about you. You are representing the government today. You are representing the government on this show. Can you please say a few things?
Every minister.
We are very happy that you are
continuously speaking.
You do not listen.
I want to ask Mr. Supriyo.
You do not listen. Can you please listen?
No, the argument been put here.
Mr. Babu Supriyo, please don't get enamored by yourself.
Why should I be bashed unnecessarily?
You're not listening.
Without being let.
No, what's it?
Let me speak. Nobody is bashing.
Let him speak.
Nobody is bashing you. You are thinking you are being bashed.
No, one second. I am quite amazed at this. You see, if we were to take an argument, Ajay Bose, you see, I don't.
Mr. Supriyo,
we don't
want to bully you. We don't want to bash you. I'm asking you. You are one of the persons who come outside of the political system in politics. We expect you to be more sympathetic. We expect you to be against VVI culture than the average neta who is the politician. We expect you to understand the concerns we are
open
raising.
Up the lines?
Nobody wants to bully you.
Okay,
Nobody wants to bash you.
No,
we are just asking you to understand.
Okay, gentlemen, one second. Gentlemen, there is an issue tonight. There is an issue tonight, and my point at this point of the debate is this. No, one second. Okay, Ajay Bose, the question is tonight, it's a very basic question. Are we all equal today? I think we need to come to a very basic issue. Mr. Mishra, are we all equal today?
Mr. Supriyo, you have to present the government viewpoint.
No, I am saying tonight, Mr. Mishra, that we are not equal today because our politicians are so caught up in their arrogance that they say privileges are necessary because they need them. There is no equality today because bottom line is this, because every member of parliament gets facilities which a citizen does not. And I think I'm going to open up to a few phone calls tonight because the Minister of State for Civil Aviation says, I will avail privileges. I can even threaten the safety of an air passenger, because and we are not equal today because
in fact,
an Aam
every
Aadmi
minister should be frisked. Arnab,
Precisely.
Arnab, very important, very dangerous. Every minister should be frisked. If this minister can carry the matchbox, somebody can carry revolver.
There is another soundbite I want to play. By the way, there's another soundbite I want to play to our viewers so that the gravity of the situation becomes clear. No, so that the gravity of the situation becomes clear. There is a minister of state for civil aviation. If I can, there's a minister of state for civil aviation who says today, I need my privileges. I have 18 marriages to attend. 1 minute, Mr. Mishra. He said, Babul Supriyo is not the only minister. There's another minister who says, I have 18 marriages to attend and hence I need the roads to be cleared. Let's just play this soundbite so the gravity of this problem becomes clear to the citizen and eventually the citizen matters. Let's play the soundbite.
No wonder.
I have to now go to Mehroli. Can you believe tomorrow how many invitations for the marriage I have? 24. And out of 24, my constituency is 135 kilometers from here to other end, and I'll be attending out of them around 18 marriages tomorrow. So for that, I need some road connectivity.
Right, now we have our first caller. It's Captain Malhotra calling from New Delhi. This issue is open to you right now. Captain Malhotra calling from New Delhi. Mr. Minister, will you at least hear? Mr. Supriya, will you at least listen to the viewers? I mean, I really think tonight that beyond the point, if you continue like this...
You're bashing me or not letting me speak.
Mr. Supriya, nobody's bashing you. But if anybody believes that if you fought an election, that means that you're going to get a protocol officer next to you at an airport, there are certain things which don't happen anywhere in the world. And we do believe today that you need to understand from other examples, including those from other countries, if the Prime Minister of Britain can take an underground tube and travel with other co-passengers to watch the Olympics, I don't see any reason why a member of parliament should be seen to be behaving like a Maharaja when they enter the airports. I think there is a class issue there. I think there are sensitivities of other people that you're walking over. I think generally you need to take away a few of those privileges. Captain Malhotra from New Delhi. Yes, please. Captain Malhotra, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, Captain Malhotra.
Good evening. How are you?
Yes.
Arnab, I fully concur and agree with your statements, what you've made. Therefore, I would like to ask all these panelists, what is this supposed to be? We are in a democratic country, the world's largest democracy.
Yes.
It is supposed to be government by the people, for the people. Therefore, when I ask or when I look at this one of thing, what is happening on the debate or what is happening around us, whether it's airport or any kind of thing, whether it's a red light culture or anything.
Absolutely.
A common man is getting starved, is getting nowhere. But contrary to that, when these guys come to beg for the bloody votes, they do not have anything. They just even come to go to any extent. I'm not sparing any of the parties, whether it's Congress, BJP or anyone, whatsoever it is.
Captain Malhotra, I take your point. I want Babul Supriyo to answer you. Stay on the line, Captain Malhotra. Babul Supriyo, answer Captain Malhotra.
Whether it's Babul Supriyo or any person, who's he? He's got a recognition from by the people, by us, whether it's AAP, BJP or Congress.
Absolutely, Captain Malhotra. Let him answer you.
The democracy, this is not about politics. Can I answer? Can I get 30 seconds to answer uninterrupted? You know the amount of pressure a MP has to reach each and every marriage in the constituency.
My God.
And you know when they don't reach, this is the language that people like
I really don't believe
use,
this.
like Mr.
I find it difficult to believe you're saying this.
That they bloody come to beg for votes. This kind of language is not the right way to approach it. The VVIP culture in India. Why do Sachin Tendulkar for so many years has been frisked, used to walk right through the airport security? Can you tell me?
He should.
The MPs, the MLAs, the big guys, the VVIP. The VVIP is a term. A person is not suddenly cannot decide for himself that I am a VVIP. It is a society around them.
Are you not aware that yesterday there was an answer in Parliament, Mr. Supriyo,
it is the people around you
made to members of parliament?
That term you a VVIP. In today's world of terrorism, do you know that anyone who's seen, who's popular, who can create a huge media furor are all soft targets? So VVIP culture that exists in India or anywhere else in the world is more about security than about the VVIP culture that you're talking about.
Soft targets.
The PM, when the PM makes a movement, the roads are not jammed or they are not closed because the PM needs to leave the parliament on time. He does that anyway. It is because security reasons, because he's the most softest target on
I think the question is not about security.
The American president.
R.K. Mishra.
If you want me to come as a minister,
R.K.
if you want
Mishra,
me to come as an individual, and talk about the VVIP culture,
Mr. Supriyo, okay, thank you. I heard you. Now, Babul Supriyo, please finish your comment, and R.K. Mishra is responding to it.
They wear it. They need to
Mishra, continue,
reach the parliament and deliver.
Mr. Mishra, continue. I think everyone, by the way,
with the common people, and that privilege, that accreditation badge, whether a sports journalist or a parliament journalist, they have earned it. They are VVIP journalists.
I think Mr. Supriyo, either you are now you are going on and on and on and on and on.
Are not true. They are not like everyone from the Congress government who are all,
I would have thought.
Everyone is not that. I have certain amount of self-respect, and therefore I have campaigned for more than 3 months in the Asansol heat. I need to put my point through.
You didn't do anyone a favor.
If you bash someone,
you didn't do anyone a favor by going to the Asansol heat.
Right.
You went to the Asansol heat because you wanted to become a member of parliament. Why are you talking in that patronizing tone?
No.
Next caller tonight is Manish Gaur from Mumbai. Manish Gaur from Mumbai. Mr. Manish Gaur, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you, Arnab, for this.
Yes, please, Manish Gaur, please continue. Yeah.
And I would like to tell all the spokesperson here, and I have been hearing this issue from last month, and it's really disgusting, I would say, to, defending such privileges that are you not equal to the common man in this country? I mean, I have so much to say, but I will restrict myself. And because we want a closure on this, absolutely, it is high time now. The person says it is not related to party. Sir, I would say it is related to party.
Absolutely.
Congress was there in the government. If they agree to this, they should have taken a step. And now BJP is in the government. It is their duty. Who else can make the rules? Yesterday, the person said I should write a letter to Sharad Pawar to forgo his.
I remember that, Manish.
Would he listen to me? If you make a rule, then only he would follow. Why were you elected, mister? Why were you elected? I do my duties in my private firm, and I earn respect, and I earn my money. You are there. You were elected for the duty to serve people. Please do that. I have a lot to say, but just a humble request. Please do not make people suffer.
Let's not
Please do not make suffer people. It is your countrymen.
Yeah.
You walk among us. When you wanted to be in power, you walked among us.
So the MPs are not your countrymen?
They are. That's why I am asking. Be equal to us.
You listen to him. Mr. Supriyo, listen to him. Do not interrupt the viewer, Babul. Please, Babul, at least listen to the viewer tonight. At least listen to the viewer. Babul, do not interrupt Manish Gaur from Mumbai. Manish Gaur, please continue. Please continue, Manish Gaur.
Babul,
You're not even listening to the viewer tonight.
But
do you know how much
making such comments you should think
throughout the day? They are doing it for the country. They're doing it for the country.
You see, I see every day what you are doing.
You cannot look how politely the citizen is speaking. No, one second. Babul, one second. Manish, can you hold on for a minute? Manish Gaur, can you hold on for a minute? Babul, listen please. The citizen is speaking to you very politely with extreme patience. You are reflecting impatience, and you're not being polite in turn. Let him finish.
Yes,
and by the way, if you talk about who serves the country, there are army men, there are people in the forces. They too serve the country and they stand in the line.
Yes, absolutely.
Manish Gaur, please continue. Manish Gaur, please continue. And Babul, please listen.
Sir, my father is an ex-airman, and I have seen how he is being treated after his service. Right? So do not tell me how people are served here. Okay? And the threat and the security concerns that you are telling me. Sir, I understand security concern for Prime Minister. I understand security concern for any, important, even Sonia Gandhi, I would say, my daughter, my sister will have a security concern, sir.
Do you know the security
everyone has
concerns of
security
Sachin
concerns.
Tendulkar?
Every citizen in
Can you
this
let him
country
speak?
has a threat on his head. That does not mean he should have a bulletproof car, and only you could afford that.
Someone
You know,
who's counted by the society as a VVIP. The same applies for a MP or a minister. Dirty VVIP
There are
culture,
no
very
VVIPs.
in Uttar Pradesh and
No, we
Bihar.
need to be a non-VVIP country. I don't think.
Popular people who are not. No. You are thinking you are.
Now, Babul, you can't demand respect. You earn respect. Haven't you heard the cardinal rule?
No,
You can't demand respect. You earn respect.
I am not denying it.
As a Minister.
Mr. Mishra.
As a singer, you are popular. You are not VIP. But as a minister, you are VIP. So please understand there's a difference between popularity and
Absolutely.
VIP.
And by the way, the more fundamental issue.
As a singer, you are popular. But as a singer, as a politician, you are a VVIP. As a singer, nobody will come to receive you at the airport. As a singer, there will be no red light.
I now want to go to our next caller tonight. I want to go to our next caller.
Mr. Minister, why can't you emulate the example of Gandhi or the example of Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan or the example of Mr. Patel? You know, there are so many wonderful examples of people who do not demand respect but command respect. You know, that's the whole system.
Yes.
And it's not about VIPs.
So you are saying that respect can be bought by money. You are saying that respect can be bought by money.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Did Mr.
Not at all.
Gandhi buy it with money?
No.
Abdul Ghaffar Khan buy it with money?
Please answer this
You are
question for me.
totally confused.
Did Vallabhbhai Patel buy it with money? Oh my God, what are you saying?
You think, you think
This is unbelievable.
Clarity on popularity versus VVIP. You are not popular.
That is the fast track path that is given
Now
to you at the Heathrow Airport.
Now,
to go to the fast track.
Now, one second.
You have money, you can buy a business class seat, you can buy a first class seat, and therefore you have the right to board the plane earlier. But a person who's actually working for the country,
what are you talking about? That poor guy, you are squeezing him. He's paying 8 times the price as a first class passenger. He's paying 4 times the price as a business class passenger. And these are the amenities guaranteed.
I am surprised.
That is a compulsion arrangement.
I want to.
There isn't a single case of corruption.
Yesterday I made a point. I want to repeat it once again.
Arun Jaitley in the house has
that
said
is a contractual agreement with that fellow.
Yesterday, what's it? Yesterday, Babul, listen here. Babul, listen now. I'm saying something. Listen to me. Yesterday, by the way, I want to go to another caller. Okay, yesterday I made a program. The one point which upsets most people.
Used by some, but not by everyone.
Now, 1 second. Babul, listen. The one point which I made yesterday was this.
First class ticket.
1 second. The one point which I made yesterday was this.
Person with the first class ticket does not get protocol officer, does not get security, does not get to delay the plane, does not get to carry the mailbox.
And does he does his job in the court and takes 20 lakhs.
That is not your public life.
Money. That's
no, you are public life. You are VVIP. As a singer, you are popular.
As his fees. When an MP wins a vote and goes to
Babul, an MP who wins the vote does not have a contract with the state. Who have a protocol officer working for him at an airport. And more than that, what upsets me tonight is the perception issue does not matter to politicians at all. I believe Babul, if you listen tonight, because if you don't listen, you see, Babul, listen. Ajay Bose, the issue tonight, I want to go to Ajay Bose. The issue tonight is fundamentally this. I said this yesterday. Somebody gives an examination, right? Joins a government service, gets posted in an airport, right? That person cannot be seen to be a valet or a chaperone to a member of parliament. And frankly, when a member of parliament walks through an airport with a government officer and another person, 2 protocol officers walking with him, he must realize this does not happen anywhere else in the world, in no other democracy.
No.
What does this work?
No, absolutely.
Eventually, my problem with this is that it is all seen to be one big perk.
But there's another thing. We need to seriously re-examine this whole concept of the foreign junket. If you look at all the foreign junkets which politicians are going on, you will find only 2%. Just 2%, mind you, not more than that, which are actually useful. Most of them are really paid for holidays, which does not bring at all anything back to the country. They are not in the public interest. Yet we spend all this money. Yet these ministers go out.
You see, my point is
without really coming back with much in return.
Ajay Bose,
most of these foreign junkets.
Ajay Bose, Babul, I'll come back to you. Babul, I'll come back to you. Babul, I'll come back to you.
They mostly use this.
Now,
I've covered politics for 50 years and I've seen most of these foreign junkets
that happened in the Congress Zamana or that is happening in UP and Bihar. Please don't equate us with that.
I'm sorry, it's the same thing today.
No, please.
It's the same thing today.
Mr. Kesavan wants to reply. Mr. Kesavan wants to reply. You see, there were a lot of people. You see, when this became an issue before the election. Gentlemen.
You're going to be a walk towards.
I'm giving, Arnab, you asked a straight question. The minister has not given it, and I agree with the panelists. But, the Constitution says the constitutional heads require security protection. Same way, there are certain people who need security. Based on that, privileges and exemptions can be given. Other things should definitely be reviewed. There is no, second thoughts about that.
Mr. Kesavan, can I ask you a couple of questions? Because was it, the basic issue is entitlement right now. Was it entitlement? No, watch out. Was it entitlement? My question to Mr. Kesavan. Was it entitlement when a private citizen in Southeast Delhi was fined for dangerously overtaking Robert Vadra's car?
Let me answer that.
No, 1 second. You haven't even heard the question, Mr. Kesavan. You hear three questions, please. Here 3 questions. Was it entitlement that when a private citizen in Southeast Delhi was fined for dangerously overtaking Robert Vadra's car in January 2014? Or when Renuka Chaudhary allegedly was allowed to hold up a flight for 45 minutes because she was away? Or when Rahul Gandhi's convoy was allowed to hold up traffic in February 2014 for 5 hours because of his road show?
Nehru Gandhi culture.
1 second. Let him answer the question, Babul. Why are you answering it? Mr. Kesavan, answer my question.
Mr. Minister, please let me answer the question. We never interrupted you. First thing with Mr. Vadra, let me tell you that, exemptions were extended because he accompanied an SPG protectee, and Mrs. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has very clearly written to the head of the SPG saying, please withdraw all the, don't laugh, don't mock.
That's Sunil Alagh, that's Sunil Alagh.
You're showing the same arrogance as Babulal Supriyaji. You're showing the same arrogance. Whoever is laughing,
You can decide anybody SPG protected.
Don't get rattled, please. Don't get rattled and listen to the answer. Listen to the answer.
It's absolutely fine now.
Very clearly said, Mr. Alagh, relax. Why are you being a flag spokesperson for the BJP? Let the BJP person answer. Relax. Please don't get rattled.
I am not speaking, Kesavan.
On security considerations. Exemptions, don't get rattled, Mr. Alagh. Don't represent the BJP. They have a representative there. Relax. Exemptions were extended on the basis
but
of
I'm
security.
not speaking.
Yes, it's okay, Mr. Alagh. I heard that. Can I hear it, please?
Why Mr. Qatar's convoy killed a person? Why don't you answer why Mr. Qatar, the Haryana CM's convoy, killed a person? Can you answer that? You're holding a flag for the BJP every time.
Why don't you pick up? Let me ask you, Mr. Kesavan. Mr. Kesavan, let me ask you now.
I haven't
Mr.
said a
Kesavan,
word.
my question is to you. 1 second, please. Let me ask you. Why don't you take up this issue? 1 second. We want to drive this to conclusion. We are upset about it. And Mr. Kesavan, if you don't understand, 1 second, let me also tell you, Mr. Kesavan, and have a patience to listen, please, tonight. Mr. Kesavan, I need you to listen to me. And I am now, my question is,
why do you have press written in your car? Why do you do that? Because you want privileges. You want privileges and you want people to give you that chance.
One second.
Questions about it, let the BJP government take initiative. They are sitting there, the minister says he take a matchbox.
Abusing the VVIP status. There aren't any VVIP statuses.
Arnab, the Prime Minister, the Prime Minister last year, Sindhkeda in Maharashtra said, I am not a politician, I am a Pratham Sevak. Let the BJP government show that.
My question to you.
Let them first take action.
Mr. Kesavan, if your anger tonight was with the prevalence of the VVIP culture, then I believe if you wanted to, and Sudhindra Sharma from Indore is here. Sir, please, Mr. Kesavan. You see, Mr. Kesavan, what happens in this case is very simple, and I want to tell the people of this country who are watching something. What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? It's a convenient blame game. You go first. 1 second, do not interrupt me.
You are exposing yourself.
1 second, my question is, and I want to speak just to the viewers right now. Please don't, for a minute, I want to tell the viewers what is happening and why this is important for you. I am telling the viewers, I'm sharing with the viewers, Mr. Mishra, give me a minute to at least speak to the viewers. To the viewers watching the Newshour, wherever you're watching across the country, we are broadcasting in 76 countries right now. I want to share with you that politicians see the campaign against the VVIP racism as a big threat. They will keep passing the buck to each other.
Yes.
They will keep blaming each other, and eventually there will be no movement. Do you believe, dear viewers, wherever you're watching tonight, do you believe that if these political parties, including those who are on the program, if they do or don't do, no, 1 second. If Mr. Babul Supriyo, just hold your horses for a minute. Do you think if these political parties do not...
No car, parked in no parking zone, because you want a bite from a minister's house.
Mr. Babul Supriyo, you know, your problem is you are being now... You know, Mr. Supriyo never at any occasion has Times Now taken any privileges. You show me a privilege and that's it. Don't show me any picture here and talk. We believe in the journalism that we do. What do you know about journalism, Mr. Supriyo? What do you know about journalism?
No parking zone.
No, Mr. Supriyo, you can't show any picture of a Times Now car. And by the way, Mr. Supriyo, remember this. Remember, I heard the rubbish you spoke earlier today about a press card. Was it a press card? Was it a press card that got us to break the Kargil for profit scam? Was it a press card that got the media to pursue the Colgate? Was it a press card that got the media to break the CWG scam? Was it a press card that got the media to break the 2G scam? Was it a press card that got the media to break the chopper scam? Mr. Babul Supriyo, we practice what we preach, and therefore I do not need empty lectures from you. What I need instead from you is an assurance. I need from you an assurance, Mr. Supriyo. I have dealt with many politicians like you. I have dealt with many politicians like you who, when they can do nothing, try to shoot the messenger. And that will embolden me to ask the questions. And the question which I am asking tonight, and I am going to Sudhindra Sharma next, and the question that I am asking tonight, and it's unfortunate situation right now where a minister is trying to heckle because questions are being asked. The question I am asking tonight, do you think the government and the opposition and the political parties and the left and the Congress and every party cannot come together and as of this moment not pass an anti-VVIP racism bill? Is there no groundswell over it? Will there not be support? So Mr. Kesavan, let me start by asking you, you're pushing the land bill. Why don't you push for a comprehensive anti-racism, anti-VVIP racism bill which identifies all the things, all the practices which divide the common man from the VVIP?
Arnab, what you're saying is fair. Definitely there should
then why don't you do it?
VVIP culture, the Congress party will pursue.
Why don't you do it? Why is there no political consensus on it?
Arnab, I'm a spokesperson of the party has a working committee, they will definitely deliberate it and take it forward.
Sudhindra Sharma is calling from Indore. This has nothing to do with security.
We agree with them that we do.
This has nothing to do with security.
About assassinations all around the world.
Sudhindra Sharma from Indore is calling right now, please.
And the VVIP culture is more about
if you want to, Babul, you know, the thing is that if you want to, you can. But if you are enjoying right now, if you're enjoying right now the perks of being a VVIP, let me tell you something. All these perks eventually, in any democracy, including ours, will be taken away from the political class. Security is one thing, but a sense of privilege and entitlement is absolutely another. Sudhindra Sharma is calling from Indore right now. I hope the minister at least hears him. Sudhindra Sharma, please, from Indore. Mr. Sharma, if you can hear, please carry on, please. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, now I can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, please, go ahead.
I must congratulate you and compliment you, first of all, for starting this campamping.
Thank you.
Which is probably the voice of almost 99% of the nation.
Thank you, Mr. Sharma.
I'll give
Thank you.
infinitely. Okay, my submission is that this VVIPism and VVIP culture is irrespective of the administrative positions that the politicians hold. For example, an ordinary MLA or a councillor, even in my city, is obsessed with this VVIPism.
That's right.
You know, we were talking of the privileges that they get at airports and this frisking and non-frisking kind of things. You know, the privileges that they get in railway reservations, how they are misused. That too in summer holidays and other holidays on the trains, when each and every person wants to travel, and the quota is so little, and still they are squeezed because of the VVIP or VIP reservation quota. And you know that VIP reservation quota is hardly used by the MLA or the MP traveling himself.
Yeah.
Most of them, you know, it's a scandal kind of thing.
That's right.
Most of them is available to a blank parchi or form available at the MLA or MP's house, which the political supporters of the MLA and MP take. They fill in their names and their relatives' names, get that sanctioned or signed by the MP and MLA, submit it to the railway authorities, and get the reservation one day prior to that. We are not able to get it, even paying hefty sums.
No, there are some people, Mr. Sharma, who say that we stood in the sun in 50 degrees heat when we were campaigning, and that is why we don't want to stand in a line. I don't think that's appropriate. Kishore Singh from Jaipur is calling tonight. Mr. Sharma, thank you very much. Kishore Singh from Jaipur is calling tonight. Please go ahead. He's a government accounts officer. Yes, Mr. Singh. Good evening. How are you? Mr. Singh, are you there? Mr. Singh, are you there? Okay, we've lost the line with Mr. Singh. I give the last word on this to Ajay Bose. Ajay Bose, where do you think this is going? Do you think the political class will come together now on this? Do you think there can be an awakening at a larger, bigger, broader level, a consensus where public pressure is built up on this? Not just a media campaign, but a public campaign? From the response I see tonight, I get a sense it can. What do you think?
They will come together to oppose it.
That I think because this VVIP culture has reached a very extreme, grotesque, contour.
That's right.
I think people of this country are now reaching a point where they're not ready to take it anymore, and more people are now protesting. Also, the media earlier on the media had a very cozy relationship sometimes with, sort of politicians. So media would take their own privileges, politicians would take their privileges.
That's right.
Everybody very, very happy with each other.
That's right.
But those days are going.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Supriyo, please understand, those days are going, and people will oppose you. And the citizenry of this country will not take this nonsense anymore.
Okay.
We are not a democracy just for having just token elections. Democracy should mean something.
You cannot speak for the people of the country.
And democracy means a certain level of equality. And if that does not happen,
one second. So Mr. Supriyo's parting shot tonight is...
So please try and understand. Nobody is trying to bash you. Nobody is trying to bully you. We are just raising concerns.
Let me tell you that.
Mr. Supriyo, Mr. Babul Supriyo, we take this question to the test tonight and take this question among everyone, among all the viewers.
And
wherever you are watching this tonight, let's put a statement out. No, Ajay Bose, let's put this, before I wrap up, let me say one thing. Let us put this issue to the test. Ask anyone tonight, how do they feel when a politician is treated differently at a railway station and they are treated differently? Ask anyone tonight, how do they feel when a politician is treated differently or a VVIP is treated differently at an airport and they are treated differently? When they stand in the line and someone else does not stand in the line, I can tell you 100% of the people of this country will say that they feel demeaned, they feel humiliated. They want politicians and VVIPs to be on the same plane as they do because they are citizens, not another species. We put this issue to the test. This is an ongoing campaign on Times Now. I thank everyone for joining me on debate number 2 on the Newshour tonight.